So I'm Juan Pazmino. I'm the Chief Operating Officer and one of the owners at Forest Solutions. My main remit at the organization is to head up our on-site managed services across the country. We span services, from coast to coast today, and I'm responsible for the service delivery and client satisfaction across the organization. So diversity and inclusion has always been important and part of our company culture throughout our history. We felt the need to really kind of put together a formal program to discuss and address some of these topics with our employees and have kind of a baseline or an outlet for folks to go back and kind of share their thoughts, their feelings, and provide feedback to the organization of what we could do more to help out their time while they're working at Forest Solutions. So I'll kick off first with kind of sharing the fact that we kicked off the Diversity and Inclusion Committee again, kind of in March or April. I think as a result of that, what we did do is we formulated a committee that's comprised of myself and 6 other individuals throughout the company. And they're range from individuals that are an HR team, site managers, recruiters, and different, field level representatives in the organization to kind of really represent all the different walks of life. And we do have a very diverse group. A wide range of, from a gender to ethnicity and also to, kind of sexual preferences as well. We've looked at, folks that can represent the different walks of life based on today's social trends. When we kicked off the committee, the main thing that we were looking for was focusing on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I think for us, because of that, the theme that we launched was the We Are One campaign. We wanted to make sure that folks felt that everybody was included throughout Forest Solution, regardless of what your background was or certain demographics that you may represent. For us, it was all about us being one Forest Solutions and bringing that consistency across the board. And I think as a result of that, when we kicked off that particular initiative, we did do first kind of a little fact finding, understanding what makes up our company. We looked at things like, kind of our gender, ratios or percentages. We looked at, diversity across the organization. And then we looked at key statistics across the company that made up and kind of represented those and also benchmarked them against, the US population and under industry numbers to get a better understanding of what our makeup was and how do we compare against other, general factors that are available throughout. Immediately following our We Are One campaign and employee survey, we launched immediately the diversity and inclusion training curriculum. So we've leveraged our learning management system Cornerstone and have created a series of TED Talks, about a dozen or so TED Talks that are all part of the core training for all of our employees, regardless of your kind of role or function in the company, that they all have to complete that. And it focuses on different groups, again, race, age, items like LGBTQ communities and going through all of those, just bringing awareness to that inclusiveness and bringing more kind of thought leadership and knowledge to all of our employees across the organization. In addition to that, other items that we've done to kind of further support this is we updated our Forest Solutions webpage to demonstrate the diversity that we have across our leadership and within our organization. And a couple of last items that I wanted to share is, during the election, we were very strong supporters of the Get Out to Vote, and we were putting campaigns together for all of our employees and encouraging them to get out to vote and have their voices be heard. And then last but not least, we were starting really highlighting on supporting our external communities, working with organizations such as Speed of New York and Opportunities for Better Tomorrow to keep helping some of our minority groups with employment opportunities and supporting those communities with getting into the workplace and providing career paths for them as well. The exciting things was that we got to know ourselves a little bit better, right? So we did identify some opportunities for improvement. I think one of the key ones that came up is when we were looking at kind of the gender demographic. Initially, and historically, we kind of operated as male and female. And I think there was a quick humbling moment for us where we recognized there are other groups that we need to recognize that as well. And that's something that came out across loud and clear. And for us, it started stimulating other changes in our company. Like one of the big ones that we're looking at is updating kind of our pronoun usage and our things like our employee handbooks and other, internal documents to be all inclusive for our collective groups. When we look at across, other, key areas that we were focusing on, I think for us is, when we benchmark kind of our diversity across our organization, ethnicities, females in leadership positions or in management roles, when we benchmark those against the US population and other key statistics in the employment workforce, we were very happy to see that Forest Solutions continues to outperform those benchmarks. And that's something that's just been part of our company culture for the last 45 years. Steve Forrest, our founder and chairman of the firm, has always wanted to hire the best person for the role. And for him, it's not about, if you're a male or a female or, if you fill into, a specific kind of a demographic from an ethnicity side. For him, it's always hiring the best talent that's the best fit for the role. And I think as a result of that, he's built a company that is very diverse all across all levels, both our field associates all the way through our executive management teams. And that's something that resonated when we did our survey of our population and looked at those statistics. And we weren't, I think it was exciting to see that we'll continue to outperform the industry standards for that. As we look at these particular initiatives, I think one, for us, it wasn't more so about aligning with a particular action or movement that's happening outside. I think they all have great causes. I think they're all worthy initiatives that folks are going through and bringing awareness, which is very important. For me, the key theme, and I think for us as Forest Solutions, the key theme was about inclusion. We never want anybody to feel left out or felt that they've been discriminated because of, a particular profile that they may be categorized with or somebody's labeling them as. I think for us, we're all Forest Solutions employees. We're all part of the organization and we're a very intimate company. And as a result of that, we want to make sure that every employee feels that they're part of the family, part of the fabric here, and that every one of them is treated equally. And for us, again, the inclusiveness has been the big theme of it. I think from a diversity and equity side, for us, just historically as an organization, we've done that. I feel really comfortable that people feel that and believe that across the organization. What I wanted to make sure that we underscored and reinforced was the inclusiveness of the organization and that people feel that from our frontline employees all the way through our executive management team. And that's been the key kind of initiative for us with this committee.